Dear Mrs. Parks, by Rosa Parks with Gregory J. Reed. Introduction. In 1955, civil rights activist Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to give up her seat on a bus to a white person. Her action helped bring about a bus boycott in Montgomery, Alabama. For over a year, thousands of African Americans refused to ride buses in that city. The boycott ended when the U.S. Supreme Court said that separate seating for whites and blacks on the city's buses were unconstitutional. The following letters are from a collection of letters between children and Rosa Parks.
Dear Mrs. Parks, I live in the New England area, and I always wondered about the South. When you were growing up in Alabama, did you think that things would ever get better for African Americans? Kelly, Hartford, Connecticut.
We knew that they had to get better. The South had suffered under the unjust laws of segregation far too long. It was time for something to happen to turn things around. During my childhood years, I had been bothered by the fact that white children had privileges that I did not. I was deeply hurt by the hate that some white people, even children, felt toward me and my people because of our skin. But my mother and grandmother taught me to continue to respect myself and stay focused on making myself ready for opportunity. They felt that a better day had to come, and they wanted me to be a part of it, but it was up to us to make it better. As an adult, I would go home thirsty on a hot summer day rather than take a drink from the colored-only fountain. I would not be part of an unjust system that was designed to make me feel inferior. I knew that this type of system was wrong and could not last. I did not know when, but I felt that people would rise up and demand justice. I did not plan for that point of change to begin with, but my actions on the bus that evening in 1955. But I was ready to take a stand.
Dear Mrs. Parks, what is hope? I've read that you hope for this world to be a better place to live in, and you still haven't given up. I'm still figuring out what is hope, and then maybe I can help hope out to make this a better world and be like you. Elizabeth, Grosse Pointe, Michigan.
Elizabeth, many times we as adults seek to teach students like you without giving you examples of what the true meanings of words are so that you can learn from them. Hope is wanting something that means a lot to you. It's like wanting something that you do not have. Hope is something we feel with our hearts. When we hope for something with our hearts, it becomes an expectation. Hope is also something we believe in. Many people I've known believe in ending racial segregation in this country, and their hope is that it could happen influenced their actions and brought about change. A friend of mine, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, says, quote, "We must keep hope alive," end quote. I agree. You can help keep hope alive by believing in yourself. Your hope for yourself and for the future can make this world a better place to live.
Dear Mrs. Parks, I always liked hearing Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speeches. He was a great man. I wish he was still living. I believe he can straighten out this mess this country is in. Were you ever afraid of him dying and leaving you here? Wilbur Kerhonkson, New York.
I too wish Dr. King was still with us. It has always been very difficult and very painful to think about Dr. King's death. He was a very dear friend of mine. He spoke with authority and conviction. His faith, his words, and his commitment to nonviolence inspired us all in the civil rights movement. You are right in saying that our country has many problems. We have a long way to go, but we can work together, young and old, to achieve Dr. King's dream of equality and justice. I hope that you will keep that dream in your heart and make it your own.